Okay, everybody. Looks like we made it back up here again. We're gonna just pick away for probably maybe 2 days of work. I got here last night, didn't touch nothing. Oh, pocket grizzly update. We've been getting consistent 1 or 2 pocket grizzlies, but for the most part, it hasn't been like a free-for-all with pocket grizzlies. Although last night I heard them grizzlies scurrying around. I got one last night, so we'll see. So basically, I got to cut this piece. I did purchase some trash cans and a little slider, so this will be the trash can bay right here. And then I'll probably put a divider here-ish, however that base thing's gonna fit. But for my first goal is to fill this and this. And then once that mat gets filled, this top has to come back off and get pocket holed. There's no pocket holes in the inside coming out because I gotta do the pocket holes that run here out so I can attach my frames of face. So what I did was I went and I took that piece of that other bench, and these are gonna be my face frames. I'm just gonna fit them and then sand them afterwards. I'm not even gonna bother planing them. I'll just sand them down real good and stain them right in place. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna get up, see if I can get some work done. The tie-in here is just gonna be all tied in with the face frames, and they're gonna be all 2 inches. Even on the bottom, I'm gonna do 2 inches on the bottom. It is what it is, and that's what it is. So I got to drill for the sink too. So I've got to drill a hole there so I can have my sink pump back in, and then I guess I'm gonna put something underneath there that the water's gonna sit on, so that'll be closer. But the thing is, this is also, I didn't get it this time, but next time I come up, I'm going to do the proper drain. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it through the bottom and do a gray water drain off the sink that's gonna drain out into the woods. Yeah, people, I'm not sure if I showed you guys this plywood I'm using up close and personal. So this is technically it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 wood layer with a layer of fiberglass on either end. I'm not too sure what y'all are seeing there, but if you look, it's like when you cut it, it's actually fiberglass. It's like proper. You smells like fiberglass. It smells like you're working on some old boat. But the stuff pocket holes really, really good. And this is that stuff I got at the auction. And it's not good for smoking ribs, Kelly. Ain't no good for smoke. You don't want to smoke ribs with this. But I do have some ribs to put on the smoker later today. The smoker. We're gonna get this thing fired up. But I got that piece cut. I'm going to install it because we're getting down to the nitty gritty of the rough end. I got that piece cut for there. I just need to get another piece. Well, before I get that piece cut, I'm pulling this sucker up and I'm going to prep it for the face frames, and then cut that piece and then do face frames. Okay, so that's where we're at. Just wanted to show you all that plywood while we're progressing. So the piece of granite that was a remnant right here, unbelievably, with a slight manipulation, fits good with the sink in its current iteration. Another thing is I'm going to do a drain at some point, but I don't have a drain right now, so the water just goes into that pan. But does this count as running water? Because that water is technically running. Technically. So let's sink. And this, I think this is the final resting place for this stuff here. I mean, for the top at least. Now I've got to find a piece that's, you know, this length here, and then I'll just butt another one there because it'll be shorter if I do that. So I'm just gonna have to find some remnant granite that's sized proportionately for what I need. Probably just go down and have them cut some. I don't know. We'll see. Go down and bug these people. I'm not really, I mean, colors don't really matter. I would prefer something lighter than darker. So this is where we're at. We've got the sink in. Getting ready to get a dry rub and go on the smoker. That's like a beef back rib. I've never seen those before. They actually look pretty meaty, so we're gonna see if they're any good. Bada bing, I got my first face frame on there. Still needs to be sanded down and filled. I'm kind of roughing everything in, and then I'm gonna sand it in place and make it look all purty-licious. So there you go. Now the trick is going to be, I think the sink's going to have to come out. We got to get that piece. I don't know. Maybe I'll just route that right there. Kind of route it over. I don't know, because the face frame's going to stick out. Man, it looks like almost a ½ inch. I might just route it. We'll see. Here's something I haven't done or thought about in a while. Let's do a walk around on the old cabina. So today we brought with us our vintage Dodge iron. So cabin, curb appeal, first approach. The rocks, we did the rocks. That was, me and Alice did that. We set all those rocks in there, and there's rocks underneath that metal panel, but this came after the rocks. So we also made, underneath those rocks, you can kind of see back in there, there's a sono tube, a big concrete. You'll see them, they stick out more back here. And there's another one back in there. And this is the tile that's going to go on the bar. So some of those, yeah, I did those. And then of course, I built this monstrosity, which is now a place where stuff is starting to pile up, but you know, it's all part of the project. The fire pit that hasn't been used, maybe I'll use that this winter or this fall if we get enough, if it gets wet enough. Break out that fire pit, bring the chairs out. It'd be a nice place to sit. I do plan on leveling this all out. Yeah, the deck that was built, I built that in the snow. Oh yeah, you can see I trimmed the tar paper really good too. Job's not done. Yeah, so that's the deck. And then over here is where we're gonna one day put a bathroom, and I've got some crazy designs for that. So we're gonna see about kind of sticking it at kind of this angle here, like push the corner back that way from the cabin, because the way the sun comes up and down, I want to do a like an A-frame pitch, kind of pitch on one side, so that I can do solar panels that you look right out at the sky, the night sky. So that's the outside. And you know, you can see we're in a construction zone right now. So okay, the inside, you can see I got the, I think this was here, but I can't remember what it was on. All that had to come out when I dug up the foundation, so I can't remember what they had it on. I ended up putting it on cinder blocks. I did the flooring. That's all flooring that I did. And now we're in the midst of the kitchen, as you can see. But I also made the hearth. I made the hearth, and I drank all that whiskey. Yeah. Oh, and the bed. Made the bed. the ceiling was done. And if you look back, you know, if you're a new viewer and you want to see any of this stuff, you can go back. And the only problem is that my thumbnails are horrible. They just, I use a thumbnail that YouTube auto generates. So it is what they pick. And it's usually my stupid face. But there's the bed that I made, and it's just straight up Alaskan milled lumber that I screwed together to make a bed. And I kind of want to do maybe a kitchen table like that. I don't know, something smaller. Maybe I'll make it small enough to use that right there, which is the cutoff from the bar. Oh, and the bar. Don't forget about the bar top. How cool is that? I mean, come on. Okay, this is how far we got. We got the face frame done on the bar. And I guess that would be the prep area. And then it started on the sink. But I do have to, at the sink, I'm going to have to put an upright here. So I'm going to wait till after I get that upright. I've got, look at this, huh? I'm contemplating just leaving that open for that reason. But we'll see. I might try to figure something out. Where there's a will, there's a way. But I could have made one better than that, but it is what it is. Better, because then I could put a face frame on it, and it would be, this would be part of the structure, the door. And I might still do that. There's a way I can do it. Cool. I know, I get you guys all excited with the big cooks. And when I got a little cook, then it's just not as exciting. Way too smoky. Way too smoky right now, but we're making it happen. Okay, we've got some work done. We got the face frames are all in. Freaking insane. Now, what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about leaving this open, just like this, just so that it makes it easier, because you'll see the two cans. I don't know, I could put a door there, but then you got to open the door to throw the trash in. Or I could make the whole thing slide out. You know, there's possibilities. They're limitless. I want to put a shelf in there. Or I may not put a shelf, I may just do a drawer. A drawer up top here. And then this one here is going to have a little shelf that's going to be here. Just right, maybe a 6 or 8 inch shelf for, maybe on both sides, I don't know. That is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a trick, that one. I might have to do another face frame board to this one, you know, double. Just to get that, because this is going to have a 3/4 inch overlay here. Just to get that right. And yeah. So, but I did the shelf there. I still got to cut some 1 inch strips to nail to those, or to glue to those, or whatever. Screw, glue, whatever. Yeah, so we're getting there. We have made some progress. So I didn't do a review of the Bruchaladich. I didn't do a review of it last time, so I'll do one now. What I like to do is after dinner, sit down to a little candy bar, glass of scotch, and this is a interesting cigar I got here. It's a rabbit hole cigar. And it's made, it's supposed to be for a cherry cask whiskey. You know, I don't know what they cast this Bruchaladich, the classic laddie, in. But I can't tell you, it's pretty damn good. It's sweet, like it was cast in something sweet. Because this Ladich is really, really sweet.
He's right there. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see him, but he's right there, and I think he thinks I'm gonna feed him. Poor guy. I went to the Petco, and they got a 24-hour hold on his friends. I was gonna get him some friends down at the Petco. They have a 24-hour hold after they get him. But that's probably what he's thinking. He's thinking he's gonna get fed. There he goes. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's swimming. He's got a little hole back in there that he likes to go to. And he goes back there and just chills. That's where when I scare him off, that's where he goes. So there's the bass. I don't know if you guys seen him. Hopefully so. Running water. Yeah, I got running water. I run down here to that little fresh pond that flows over. Was supposed to flow under to the fish pond. But that water is just for the trees. So yeah, I got running water. I'm gonna run that up the hill real quick. In case a little prelude, a little sneak peek into the next episode, which should be coming up pretty soon. What I've got here is, you see this orange mark, and I kind of weed whack this area. There's the orange mark. Now if you stand behind this orange mark and you look down there, you can see a turkey. Maybe, let's see here. Let's see if you can see that. This is a target, turkey target. So you can see a turkey. This is gonna be my first shot at the golf course that I'm developing for bow hunting. I'm about 2 weeks too late. I should have been doing this the first week of August, or if not the last week of July. So there's our turkey. And then our next shot is going to be a coyote. And here it's going to be a double shot. So here's the line. And I don't know if you guys can see way down there the orange mark through the tree. I might have to take some limbs off the tree or set it just a little bit lower, the target, or higher, so that you can shoot from there through the limbs, that little window. Or this is the easier shot from here to the orange circle on the dirt down there. And then there's another shot that's going to be taken up this little game trail right here, and standing over there. I still have to prep that surface a little bit. I got to dig out and make the trail a little bit better. I think I'm gonna maybe I want to take it maybe above. Maybe I'll cut and take it above to get more angle, but that's okay. And then that shot will be shot on a deer sitting down here on the other side of the pond. So that one's not fully developed. That's where I stopped developing, right there, because it needs some dirt work. So that shot's going to be taken to right over here. From up there to right over here. Then the next one is going to be fun, because we're going to come this way and we're going to take a shot from over here. You can see I kind of cleared a little path here. We're going to take a shot from, I think, from right here. This is like a standout, and then I'll put the target out there in the woods, because there's another trail, or this trail goes down, cuts across, and then switchbacks right over here somewhere. So I'll put it on the other side of that trail so we can shoot, through the woods. It's all about, I'm not really set on getting it at 25 yards or 35 or 45 or whatever. I'm just kind of putting them out there and then looking at the yards to get an idea. And that's going to help with real world scenarios. Let's go take a shot on that turkey. It's nothing better than getting up in the morning and having some shots of wild turkey.
shots of wild turkey first thing in the morning. Ain't nothing better.
Oh, looks like I pulled the shot a little bit high on that second one. But that first one that's where I don't know. That's where I kill turkeys. I don't know why that bullseye is up so high. But whatever, it is what it is. Okay, people, we came. We saw. We got a little bit of work done, and it's actually weird. It's like August 14th right now. And we're getting this kind of a fall cool off wind. It rained the other night really good. Yeah, pretty interesting weather. So I misplaced my hammer when I went to put the things in. I can't find it. I went down there looking. Because if you're looking, you ain't cooking. Anyways, so that's about it for this episode. I'm going to finish locking on up and boogie on down the road. Again, one last shot of the kitchen. I added some more stuff. So that's pretty much everything from up there. All the kitchen from before, and I still have this cabinet here, which I'm probably going to do either one big single drawer or a double, and I'm thinking about doing another drawer here, a little shallow guy, a little 6-inch drawer or 4-inch drawer. Just a little shallow guy. That'll probably be maybe for the not the silver. Well, I don't know. We'll see what'll go in there. Maybe that'll be the junk drawer. One of these will be the silverware drawers. So there you go.